Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Lag. You don't have any Lag. You don't have any bacon or sausage with your pancakes. Only cinnamon and sugar, and a bucket of syrup. Yeah, yeah. If I'm ever in your neck of the woods, Lag, I'll be sure and stop by, especially for breakfast. You would unlock the gate for me. Your mom might not want people in her house. She's got one person in her basement now. She don't need another one. Come on over here. If you're gonna lay down, lay down. Sorry, talking to my pussycat. Yeah. Um, Roberta got bought me pressure washer yesterday. So last night I was pressure washing stuff. Pressure washer simulator. Yeah, not a real one, as she just pointed out. A simulator game. Real relaxing if you're having a stressful life. Just pressure washing houses and stuff like that is I'm playing lame games. I'm playing Pressure Washer. I'm playing Dinkum. I'm playing Dual Universe. Um, there's something else. I don't play anything on Xbox. We have a PS4. Well, it's relaxing. It's therapeutic. Last thing I did last night was that bungalow, and that was a nasty place. Took me forever to wash that thing. Anyway, good morning, Anissa. Well, if a real life one might not be as relaxing as a computer game. How are you this morning, Anissa? Good morning, Craig. Anissa, how goes your Starlink? Is it still performing like you want it to? You're lonely because the girls are back at school now, aren't you? You're at home. You don't have anything else to do. You don't have nobody to talk to. Don't get all depressed on us. Good. I I'd like to see how it does. Hey, Carol. I'd like to see. I'm waiting for your response back when y'all start getting snow, which I don't want to jinx you by getting you having snow this weekend, but I'd like to see how well it does. Cause y'all probably get it bad up there. Yeah, Anissa, she's in Massachusetts. She packs a car. Am I buying stickers from man? No. I didn't even. I mean, I don't even know what her stores are called. Her Etsy store's called. Who is Toby? Um, as you all know, Todd's still on holiday, and he will be on holiday till next week. Oh, yeah, I think I saw that. Oh, Toby's your dog. Craig, how goes the auction? Is this you still following it? Last week lag. He'll be back in about 7 days, I think. So I just put my outgoing in the mailbox. So I'm done with that for the day, unless something else comes in, because I try to ship the same day if it comes back, and if somebody's going out. Oh, you didn't notice, Slag, that Todd's not here? Um, Scott probably hadn't got out of bed yet. Scott probably hadn't got out of bed yet. Yeah, Todd and I kind of feed off of each other. Makes these shows a lot more interesting than me standing up here or him standing talking to himself. So if anybody wants to come in, feel free to do so. Big Mouth Scott. You going to Arkansas on vacay, Joanna? Is there a certain reason why you're going to? I think you told me, but I don't remember. Your internet's down. What are you on your phone? Oh, you can't come into the show because your internet's down. Like you really need to go online and find you one of those little animated girls and get your voice changer so you can come in on the show. You know what I'm talking about? The little animated girls and their avatars. So instead of having like a blank screen, you could have an avatar. And when you talking, their mouth moves. So it looks like they're actually talking. Where are you going at 9 o'clock in the morning, Carol? You're normally not you're not you're normally not even out of bed by 9 o'clock. Hey, Mr. Sadie, what's going on in the big state of Missouri besides crack and yeah, I hear you. Good morning, John. Yeah, I told him he invited me to stop by for pancakes when I'm up in his neck of the woods. John, y'all are over. You're in Jersey, is that correct? Joanna, of course, Leg's going to like the pancake shirt. I'm surprised he's not charging you a percentage for the idea. South Jersey. cops had the blocks surrounded when you got to work. So nothing new to report here. So your office is in town or suburbia-ish. I thought it would be sort of out in the country. What's going on? So y'all have a theft out there, a shooting, a crack deal gone bad. You live across the river. Morning, Tara. You scared me.
Hi. I thought I'd come on and help you.
Thank you.
Give you somebody to talk at.
Yeah, that's always good. Um, John, are you the one that has the pressure washing business? I can't remember. Somebody in here's got a pressure washing business.
Thanks, Leg.
It's not lag.
Oh,
Lag would,
you can still come on, Anissa.
yeah,
The more the merrier.
yeah. Come on,
I'm
Anissa.
boring anyway.
No, you're not boring. Come on, Anissa. Oh, that's James W. Okay, I couldn't remember who. Oh, you're in South Jersey, so you run the casinos up there, right? I haven't been to. Actually, the only times I've been to Jersey, except passing through, going to Maine, is Roberta and I took a couple of junkets down there to Harrah's gambling. That's been a long time ago because that's when the Trump Taj was there, and I think all that's gone now.
I don't think I've ever been to New Jersey. I've been to New York, but I haven't been to Jersey. I don't think.
Atlantic City was not one of the places I would want to homestead to. Oh, it's James W. No, it should work with anything, Anissa. It's
It's easy. You just hit the link and it's just gonna. You're gonna need a mic at least.
yeah. I tell
It'll
you
just
what.
open up a page. It doesn't even put you right in. If you kick that link, you can see what it's like to hook up, and it doesn't put you straight in the show. You got to hit enter studio.
Yeah. One of my younger brother has a really good friend that's from Jersey. Um, and in college, that's where he met him at. All the Jerseyites would yell, "You're from Jersey? Where from? Turnpike or Interstate?"
I have some distant cousins that I live in Jersey. I know, but I mean, I've lost track of all them.
It was my when we went to Atlantic City the first time. It was during the dead of winter, and it didn't snow, but there was a lot of snow on the ground here from Turnpike, uh, and it was really weird because we went to the boardwalk, and it was weird. The snow was 8 inches on the ground until it got to where the high tide limit was, and then of course it was melted away by the ocean. But for Southerners, that was kind of unusual for
Mm.
us. And I don't know if they still have them or not, but the little little vans that are like buses. Um, man, they would drive like hell.
I don't think Jim's used Miss Jiggle Justice for Mr. Jiggles in a long time. I mean, it's still out there somewhere, but
What is that?
Jim had a YouTube. Remember,
Oh,
Nikki had a chicken that was called Mr. Jiggles that
oh, that's
got
right.
killed by a dog.
Right.
Anyway, so he set up a YouTube that was Justice for Mr. Jiggles.
Okay, Anissa, sorry. I thought the original Real Housewives started in California.
Don't question Mr. Sadie. He knows.
Okay, yeah, because he watches all those chick flicks while he's driving,
Hmm.
um, drinking his girl beer.
Well, he still has a cold. He's still complaining about it.
Oh,
It's Jim.
Jim's Mr. Jiggles or Giggles.
Yeah. Jiggles. It's Jiggles.
Okay. Mick Ultra, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Watching Real Housewives going, oh, no, you didn't, girl, drinking his Michelob Ultra.
Oh Lord, poor Mr. Sadie. He's gonna give up beer altogether,
Mm.
or this show's gonna, the morning show is going to cause him to drink it even more. Um, what was it? It wasn't Real Housewives of New Jersey. What was the show with the Snooki and them? What was
Oh,
that?
that's Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shores.
Which
Okay.
honestly, ironically, I just went through and like watched all the original seasons of Jersey Shore, and now I kind of started watching the family reunion ones.
You need to list more.
Well, sometimes at night I do like to like just chillax and watch a TV show, but I haven't watched it for a while.
I mean, they were so famous that South Park had to do an episode on them.
Well, they're millionaires, all of them, I think, and I mean they made that money on just being stupid. So
Yeah, just like YouTube.
yeah, true that.
Let's see. No, Mr. said when he goes out on his boat, he uses a Huggy so all the fishermen don't see his Mick Ultra.
Huggy like a Pampers diaper.
No, Huggy's like a
Oh, a
cozy.
can koozie. That's
Yeah.
called a can koozie, not a
Well,
huggy.
some places call them Huggies,
It must be some crazy southern
I
North
guess.
Carolina, South Carolina thing. Yeah, even in this it goes, it's called a koozie.
That's one of those foreign language channels. Um,
What do you okay, here's a good one for you, Tom.
okay.
Let's say you were gonna wear a knit cap on your head, you know, like the kind you wear in the winter. What would you call it?
Um,
You know, it's just a pull
I know what you're
on.
talking about. It's right there on the tip of my tongue. Honey, what do we call the knit caps that go on your head? A toboggan.
Oh my God, you do it too, because I never heard that before until I moved here to Kentucky. I'm like, a toboggan? A toboggan's a sled you go
Yeah.
sledding down a hill in. It's not a hat you wear. Yes, it's a stocking cap, Joanna. Mr. Sadie's sock cap. Okay, I'll accept that, but it's called a stocking cap. In Kentucky, they call it a toboggan.
Yeah, that's what they are.
No, that a toboggan is a
I
sled.
know it is. I know it is.
It's a stocking cap. Anyway.
I know. You just picking fun, but it won't be too much longer and you'll be sounding just like one of us.
I'll never say toboggan. I'm never going to say I'm going to put my toboggan on. I will never say that.
You'll be going to town and
Mm. Yeah,
all
I'm
that
not
kind of stuff.
saying I'm putting a toboggan on. Do you know? Well, because you did like surveying, and your brother has that farm. Like like brush hogs. Those big mowers you put on the back of a tractor.
Yeah.
So they'll be like cutting a field, just cutting down brush or whatever. They go, okay, we're gonna go bush hog that. And bush hog, it's called a brush hog, not a bush hog. That
Bush
drives me nuts too.
it's bush hogs.
No, it's brush hog. It's brush with an
Okay.
R.
Well,
B
up
R
there
U.
in Yahoo land, it's brush
No,
hog.
okay, because no, because brush is wild bushes that grow overgrown out in a field. A bush is like a landscape thing. I grew a bush in front. I grow bushes in front of my house. Those are landscape. It's called brush. See, and Nissa agrees with me.
Yeah, Nissa, nobody asked you. Nissa,
Nobody asked you. Oh yeah, yeah. You can't have that link anymore. Nobody asked you. You're agreeing with Tara too much.
yeah. What was and Nissa, was that your picture that you shared of like it's the parking area around somebody's house? Does your husband have a yard uh, lawn maintenance business, or is that what you and the
Yeah.
girls did during the summer to make extra coin? Hottie Mom's Lawn Service. Um, what do you call a Pepsi or Coca Cola or
A soda.
okay?
I know, like people, some they just call everything is like a Coke, but
Yeah,
no, I call it a soda. I don't use the word pop. I mean,
yeah.
I'll say bubbler, and like I'll be like, okay, let's go get. I'm gonna get a drink. Go here. Let's go get a drink from a bubbler. They're like, what is a bubbler? I'm
You know
like, it's a
what?
water fountain.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a bubbler, but that might be more a Chicago, Milwaukee thing. I don't know if they say that everywhere up north.
The guy.
So what do you say, crick or creek?
It's a creek.
It's a crick. Crick. Oh, you're right. But here they'll say crick.
Yeah,
Like I got a crick in my neck.
yeah. Soda or tonic. Let's get a pop.
They'll say slouge. What's a slouge? Slu- That's not sludge. What word is that, Tom? Slouge.
I don't know what that is.
Jim, what word is this? Slouge. Slouge? Sloge.
Slouge.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
An easy girl. GURL.
She phonetically spelled it, but I don't think I'm still not saying it right. Sludge.
According to the Urban Dictionary,
What is
it's
it
an
supposed
easy
to be?
girl. GURL. Perfect
Can
for
you spell
roadhead
it?
and a laundry room.
I think it's
Oh,
maybe it's a sludge. I don't know.
no, it's a young lady of low morals.
Oh boy. Oh, it's a slough. It's like a creek. It's called a
Oh,
slough, but I never. Yeah, but isn't that something more off a river? It's like backwater or something. I can't say I've used it very much, but I think it's like in a river you'll have like an area where the water isn't moving as much as a river, and they call it a slough. I think. I don't know.
check out the Urban Dictionary for that word.
But I didn't know. I thought I always, and this is how ignorant I am. I thought maybe it was spelled Slew.
Well, Nikki. I hope all of y'all know Nikki. Popular picker. She used to be a truck driver, over the road truck driver, and she said, all the lot lizards.
Flat lizards,
Yeah,
ladies of the evening,
they would come up to the truck, knocking on the door, and say, "You need some company," and
ladies
she'd
of
say,
silver fruit.
"No, I'm perfectly good. I'm a woman," and they said, "That's okay."
Well,
Roxy, you're on my keyboard making my screen do all kinds of crazy things. Um, I don't remember. Topics are going fast.
Yeah, and they're not very good informative topics, so they're
That's
not
right.
topics you should really pay attention to.
Um,
They're nothing that's going to help you in life.
I follow a couple of truck drivers from the early days, and this one guy was going through Montana, and somebody put because he just turns his camera on and lets it run, and this one person in his chat said, "Thank you for sharing this. I've never been to Montana before, and I feel like I've ridden through it."
One of my phone charging cables is gone.
Which one?
The gray one?
Is it silver?
Yeah.
Didn't I put it right by that shelf that the landline phone is on? Because I took it with me yesterday.
Oh,
It's got a brick on it. Is it that one?
Yep.
Okay.
Um,
I didn't
Tom,
know it was your phone cable.
it is.
I thought it was.
When I use on my phone.
I thought it was mine.
good morning, night nurse. Times are tough in this.
By the recliner.
People have to make a
Oh,
buck
no,
any
this
way
ain't
they
mine.
can.
This ain't the one I'm looking for.
Mm.
I bet your kid took it.
Yeah, he's at school, so blame him.
Yeah, Brandon. Brandon did it. We knew it.
Oh, I asked. Maybe this was what it was. I saw that you posted a picture. It was like somebody's driveway, and it looked like they had a trailer with a zero turn on it. Does your husband have a lawn service, or is that what you and the girls were doing during the summer?
Where else? I mean, somebody took it.
Well, I don't go near your desk.
Why would somebody take it? I'm so nice to everybody. Too.
I mean, I don't go near your desk. Your desk is like a scary zone. I don't go near it.
Why would somebody take it?
Does Mr. Trader have a lawn service business?
Oh, Mr. Sadie's going to Vegas, it looks like.
Yeah. We've got like 90 days till we go on a cruise.
Mm.
So let's see, dude. Okay, is this just things that hobbies, toys he has in the yard, or is it?
Well, everybody needs a dump trailer and a zero turn.
Yeah. Oh, he has a side business. Okay. Well, you talking about his tractor is 3 years old, but your car is a 2011. My uncle, my dad's brother, always had he was a mechanic. Always been a mechanic. Even in the army, he was a mechanic. He had his own business, and he had a really nice 3-bay garage and all the things, tools that he needed. And his wife always bitched about her car was the worst running car in Horry County.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because she didn't pay.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, everybody else pays to get it fixed, but she don't. And she wonders why it don't run.
The thing about it was that she had a different car. Every time we'd see her, she'd have a different car because somebody would put a car in that needed to be repaired, and it's blown a head gasket, and it was gonna cost $500 to repair it, and they didn't want to pay it. So my uncle would give them a few $100s, and then at night he would redo the head gaskets and whatnot, and usually do more than that. And she'd drive it for a while, and then they would sell it when he got another one in. So you never knew what she was going to be driving. But they had a damn nice pickup truck because that's what they drove when they came up to my parents' house. It was an XLT at that time, and an XLT was the top of the line. Now they have the King Ranch is the top of the line Ford.
Yeah, probably. That's like the deluxe one.
Yeah.
I had a custom deluxe 1980 custom deluxe Chevy truck, and I will tell you, you know what custom deluxe means on a Chevy truck? The bottom of the barrel. You don't even get a cigarette lighter. You get no cigarette lighter and an AM radio, hand crank windows. That's the custom deluxe.
So Mr. Trader told the girls they can't start dating for 3 more years because his tractor can't dig like a mine excavator. Oh Lord, you girls will be okay. But back when I was in high school, we we group dated. I mean, I had a girlfriend and we did stuff, dates on our own. But most of the time, we were like 12 people together. We always did everything as a covey. Yeah, he better go ahead and get his guns polished, Anissa, because your girls are cute. So the boys are going to come a knocking. He might have to expedite getting that backhoe. And they don't like that, do they? Yeah, 1923 it was different. You know, you still had to have, if you went on a one-on-one date, you had to have a parent, and usually it was an auntie or grandma had to go with you.
Oh my God, you had to have a chaperone and bring your grandma on a date with you?
I'm just joking, Tara.
Oh, I would
La-
hope so. Good.
Lag was talking about that was back
A
in the
date with you?
1920s. Yeah.
Yeah, they sit you in front of the black and white television. You all sit there and watch them.
Sometimes you got to spend the night at the girl's house, but they sewed you in a bag before
No,
you went to sleep.
Yeah.
you got to watch Ironsides and Andy Griffith.
Um, I mean, it's been 100 years ago. We went up to Massachusetts, and we went to a Mennonite place,
hmm
and they had a bed. They called it a courting bed, and it was a big, it was like a full size bed, but when it had a board that would drop down between the boy and girl, so they could talk and stay warm.
Yeah, except they couldn't get jiggy, but I don't know. People are resourceful. Sometimes they figure out how to get over the top of a board.
Yeah. Um, I haven't I haven't seen Ugly Art Simulator. I'm pressure washing right now. Do I? I guess oligarch. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Um, yeah, it was a courting bed.
Yeah,
Google it,
Google
Mister.
that, Mr. Sadie.
Yeah. Hopefully you
Yeah,
won't
you.
run out.
The idea is you got to see if you like each other. So when you go to bed at night, you go to bed together, but you're not married. So they put a board in between you so you don't get jiggy.
Gee.
Yeah, anybody can figure out how to get over the top of like a 2x6. It's not like it's a wall. It's like a 2x6.
Yeah. Um, Mister. A courting bed. That's it, Mister Sadie. See, things like that worries Mister Sadie because he's got a household of granddaughters, full of them. It's God, Nessa, you remember that when your daughters start going out. Natara, y'all have a tractor on your farm.
Yeah, we got that backhoe over here.
Oh, that's right, you
Well,
have
it's a
a backhoe.
tractor and it's really a front end loader tractor with a backhoe on the back.
It's a John Deere 2020 with a backhoe on it.
Cool. Do you have a front bucket on it too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the front end loader.
Well, you just got it all.
Well, we needed one. I mean, it is handy. And Jim goes out there and plays with it.
Pulls up fiber optic like nothing.
I bet it
Electrical
does.
lines, fiber optic.
You got a line, man, that thing, if that gas line's driving you crazy, just rip it right out.
I bet all the Mr. Sadie's granddaughters have to come to his house on their first date. So when the young man comes in to pick them up, Mr. Sadie's there's polishing his 12 gauge, saying, "You know, son, I've had a good life. I don't mind spending the rest of my life in prison." You get the drift. I mean, you know, the way people are these days, you know, especially with your son, with Brandon being at the age where he's gonna start dating.
Yeah, well, he ain't gonna be landing no court in bed. I'll tell you that.
No, but you're gonna have to tell him. You're gonna have to make sure you school him on not being like his father. And
Yeah, well, we don't tell Brandon those stories.
He's
Brandon doesn't know anything about those stories because as a parent, you're Teflon. You don't do that kind of stuff.
Brandon's question about his only birds and the bees question is, Dad, if I marry some woman, how do I keep her from taking my stuff if she runs off on me? That's his only question.
Tara's gonna have to
Everything
make.
else he's got down.
You tell him prenup, son, prenup.
Yeah, except the prenup only works for what you got before you're married. I mean, if you marry a girl at 20, neither one of you got a pot to piss in. So, I mean, you accrue all your wealth after the prenup, so they ain't gonna do you no.
And inheritance is not including in the distribution of property. So when he inherits all of Tara's millions, you know,
Yeah, I wish I had millions.
he won't. His wife won't be able to get half of it.
I just told him, make sure the girl ain't crazy.
Listen, that is a biological fact of life. Boys are stupid and girls are crazy. That's just the way it is.
Well, the fun ones are crazy, I'll give you that.
No, they all are. They all are. And I just got rid of half of my audience right there, but it's the
Oh boy,
truth.
is Roberta sitting in the room with you
She just
too?
walked out of the room. She's probably going to.
She's
She
probably getting a fry pan. Is gonna hit you in the head with
she
it.
ignores me. She just ignores me. Yeah, 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 old man. That's what she's probably saying.
My girlfriend, when I was a junior and senior in high school and my first year of college, I dated her 3 years. That girl, she was as crazy as a bedbug. Well, I'll tell you, but she was not marrying material, that's for sure. And if you go on the circuit court page of the state of Wisconsin, they show you like everybody's problems. Rap sheet reads like a
Dang.
Bible.
Crazy is very subjective. Yeah. But you know, you gotta tell you, don't get, you know, because you know these girls. There's been cases in the paper around here where girls have, you know, had their boyfriends arrested for sexual assault, and all they did was hold their hand or put their arm around them and stuff like that. You know, because they're crazy. Yeah, I'm with you, night nurse. That if I had daughters, that's the way it would be. Go ahead and start building your kit, Mr. Sadie, Anissa, and any of you rest of you've got girls. Shotgun, fingerprint kit, DNA, credit reference, a credit report. Yeah, I guess. No, it's the truth. It is. How many girls do you think? Case point. Boys are crazy. How many girls have you seen try to jump off of a house with a set of wings made out of cardboard? Okay. And how many boys actually wonders what you're thinking? Yeah, I'm trying to get canceled.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to be controversial like Todd. Not Todd, like Scott.
Scott? Was Scott controversial yesterday? I didn't listen to his
Scott's
show.
been
I
kind of
wasn't
low,
home.
running below the radar lately, which
Oh,
means he
He's
must
trying
be
to control
building
you
up
in
for
your ear.
something. Yeah, see, that's the case, John, Anissa. Boys that do crazy shit like that. Try jumping their mother's car on a swing with a 2x8 that's 3 feet long and a stack of concrete blocks.
Oh boy.
That's normal crap for boys. You know, when I was a kid, we built forts, and God only knows how we didn't all end up with broken arms or legs or dead. Because it'd be like all these boards up in a tree with it like 4 nails holding it together.
The day I got to drive my mother's car was the day I handed her a check for it. I drove my dad's car. My mom never let me drive her car till I bought it.
Um, it's my boys have not driven. My son has backed out Roberta's car out so he can get his car out, and that's about as much as they've driven it. I don't even like driving. I don't even like driving her car. Not that I don't like the car because it's a great car. I'm just afraid something will happen to it while I'm driving it, and don't matter whose
wreck
fault it
it.
is. It's me because it's her car.
Well, Tom, when you get done driving it, just tell her. Just when you hand her the keys, just say, "I love you and I'm sorry,"
Yeah, right.
and then let her
No,
wonder what you did to it.
she's having to drive. She's having to go into the office 3 days a week now. So I'm gonna start
Uh-oh.
when on the days that she's home and I drive her car someplace. I'm gonna walk around it like I'm renting it with my camera, my phone, videotaping the whole car. See, it was already there because she's got to park in a parking deck, and you know how that goes. People don't care anymore about that stuff. Wait a minute. I don't have a car. My son's got my car.
Uh-oh, you lost your car?
Well, he's driving it back and forth to work because I don't go nowhere.
Oh, I thought maybe you were at that age where they pulled your ability to drive.
Yeah,
No, they have not pulled my ability to drive. I just
You
don't have
know,
any
like,
place to dump
okay,
the
hide the keys from Tom. Yeah, he's not gonna be driving anymore.
Roberta's over here cackling like Jim because I said no, they didn't pull my driver's license because of my age. She's like, not yet, but it's coming.
The car's out in the garage, right? Oh yeah, sure, Gramps. Yeah, the car's out in the garage, just like you left it. Okay, go back to watching Gunsmoke. Okay. Here's the keys. You can play with them.
Yeah, jingle it, hang it like a mobile for old people
Mm-hmm.
over their recliner, a little mobile, whatever. Car keys. The
We had a
television
lady
clicker.
that for a long time, her husband worked at our real estate office. He passed away, but one day she calls and says, "Jim, I'm just having a terrible problem with my car." I go, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff stacked up behind it, and I know back it out of the garage." I'm like, "There's a whole bunch of stuff stacked up behind your. You should have a minivan behind your van. Did you stack it there?" She goes, "No, and I don't know how it happened." I'm like, what the hell? So I tell my dad, I'm like, well, I'm supposed to go over there and see if I can help her get this car started. And she says there's a whole bunch of stuff stacked behind it. And he's like, oh, let's call his kid. So he called him. His kid lives in another state. Calls up, and he's like, no, don't move any of that stuff. She's not supposed to be driving. So eventually they had, take her down by them because there's no way you could ever live in. She lived like 2 hours away from them,
Right.
town and stuff. But yeah, they'd taken the distributor cap off the car so it wouldn't start, and then they had also or pulled the coil wire, and they stacked the stuff behind the car on purpose so she wouldn't try to back it out if she figured out how to get it running.
Every time
So
I
anyway,
go
yeah,
out,
I didn't realize she'd, because I had seen her in like a year or two, she'd started to mentally to slip.
every time I go out, if I'm gone longer than 30 minutes, I start getting phone calls. Are you okay? I think she's afraid that I think she's afraid that I'm gonna go out to get groceries at Food Line and forget where I'm going and end up in Wisconsin or someplace.
Mm,
Oh boy.
it's been known to happen. Old people get in the car and they just can't stop driving.
Yeah, it's like crossing the border to Czechoslovakia. Crossing
I
into
don't even have a
Wisconsin.
long tractor, night nurse. And if I was wealthy, there's two things I would spend money on. One is a house cleaner, laundress, and a driver. Because I hate driving.
You hate
And
driving?
I hate driving. And Roberta hates me driving too.
Oh boy. It's like mowing grass, but you just keep cutting that piece of asphalt for a few hundred miles. Get to think about stuff.
Well, I mean, that sounds like something Jim would do. Pull the coil wire on a granddad's old Chrysler. He fired it up with a coat hanger. Make it work, Jim. Make it work.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen the YouTube videos, or I guess it was on YouTube, but Reels or one of them, where the school out in Texas has Tractor Day?
Yeah, they have it here too. FFA Tractor Day.
And you would see these kids coming in on like garden tractors, and then some people coming in there on these like big, probably $1 million tractors, because it looks like they've got 4-wheel drives and they got 2 wheels on each corner. You know what I'm talking about, Tara?
Yeah, duels.
Yeah, on
I
all
don't know
4
if I want
corners.
my tractor going that far down the asphalt though. It'll wear the tires.
And then you'd see the old farm-alls and stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they had that here at the high school here. Yeah, I'll drive all the it's FFA kids. They drive the tractors to school or whatever.
Texas, when you were in high school, or when you were in junior high and high school, did you ride your horse to school? Because I'm sure in elementary school, your mom had to take you in the buckboard.
We saw some kid take a puppy to school today.
Yeah.
Cool. Was there a reason why?
I don't know.
But they
I've
had a
seen the
pet
puppy
carrier.
at the football games, but yeah, they were taking it into school
Must be
today.
some kind of school project or something. But she had some other kids carrying her pet carrier, and she's carrying a puppy. It's cute. If a puppy's that cute, it should be allowed to go anywhere.
It's kind of cool. You go just a little bit over from maybe like 30 minutes, 40 minutes from me. There's this little town like Sonora, and there's a lot of Amish over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right off of 65 if you're ever driving through Kentucky. There's a lady there at the truck stop. She ties her Amish horse up all day and sells quilts and can stuff. But like every store, the Dollar General, everything, all have hitching posts at it for the Amish to tie up their horses to when they go shopping.
Wow.
The grocery store, everything.
Yeah, like driving is boring. I just don't get into it. I don't care if I had $1 million sports car, a Bugatti or something like that. It becomes driving.
You should drive in Orlando Kissimmee.
I have, and I'm getting ready to again.
Good Lord. Okay, well, you will have your head on a swivel. Because
No, I
when
don't
you
think
want to talk
so.
about a great melting pot of people who don't know how to drive, it's amazing. You have people are from every state in the union who are on vacation, so it's like they're the rest of the people just arrived there from another country. Half of them don't know English, and they're working there or whatever in Orlando. But I mean, they're still there. I mean, some of them are driving the wrong side of the road. It's turning into like these crazy like third world countries and stuff where you see the cars all over the place. It's getting like that. It's terrible.
It's
And the
yeah,
speed limit, minimum speed limit, I don't care where you are, is 45.
We're here.
No, Orlando.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you're in a really congested, like downtown area, 45 miles an hour. I mean, oh my God, you're crossing the street. Good luck. You're gonna die.
it must have been like 95, 96, someplace in there. No, maybe it was in 94. Anyway, it was 94, 95, 96, whenever. We went down to Florida. We watched the shuttle launch, and then we went over to Universal for the day. Coming back, I was driving along, and I was running with the traffic, and this Cadillac with two old ladies came rolling up behind me. And I had to speed up and get over out of the way because she's getting ready to run me up my ass over in that Cadillac.
Oh boy.
When I was a kid, my grandpa used to take me down the OBT. Well, I'd drive him because he didn't have, he's missing a leg. So he'd have me drive him down there, and we go look at the hookers down on the Orange Blossom Trail.
What is the OB?
Orange Blossom Trail.
Um,
You get to the far end of it, it's got some real interesting stuff going on.
Texas. My brother's got a friend that's got some Arabians, and they seem to be real temperamental. Even the mayors, Arabians. And then we all know Mr. Felix is real temperamental. Oh yeah, that was 30 years ago, lag.
Hush.
Are you kidding, Mr. Sadie? Is she doing
Yes.
Yeah, I
okay?
see she had cracked ribs as we speak from a cow kick. Well, yeah, I mean, was it a full size cow?
Uh-oh, somebody trying to milk the bull?
No, I don't know why, but she got kicked by the cow.
I think Mr.
Because
Sadie's
cattle
son.
are binary.
I think
Okay,
his
move it.
son has a farm.
He has a petting zoo or something, doesn't he?
I'm not sure. His girl, his granddaughters, I don't think are, or at least one set of them are not really debutantes. I mean, I'm sure they're pretty girls, but I'm just talking about they do other activities. She missed 2 softball games. She ain't happy. Oh, I bet she's not.
Oh.
Uh,
Okay, let me see if I got the right
a young cow. Mr. Sadie, does your boss have livestock out on his place, or is that an estate? He's got the manor house out there, and that lots of lawn. Which he alleges that's his boss's house. It's probably his. So anybody got any? Wait a minute. Wife got trapped inside the house on a regular basis after she started feeding Bobo. He squeezed between the fence and wire. Yeah, my dad had a friend, and they had a bunch of property, and they had lots of cows. I mean, it was a family enterprise. Uh, and they had a bull that would come lay on their back deck every day, waiting for his wife to come outside and give him table scraps. I mean, he was a big old bull too, with a full set of
Give 'em what?
horns.
Table straps.
Oh,
He'd come in and he'd want his snack. And they
you know,
had,
big bulls like snacks too.
they would, they had these. Y'all know what I probably know what I'm talking about. It's like it's a gate, but it's not a gate. You like, it's the fence is like L shaped, so you would have to come down and go like this. So apparently, big animals can't get through it. Well, that didn't stop him. He had knocked down one of the fences and come through just to get there. So Mrs. Hodges, Mr. Hodges told Mrs. Hodges she needed to start feeding him out at the fence because they had a bunch of ranch hands too, farm hands, whatever. So when she cooked like she was cooking in a restaurant. Yeah, yeah, they get spoiled. My dad had a Charolais bull. He was solid white.
Yeah, we had some Charlotte too.
He was a big old pet. You could come up and scratch him between his eyes and rub it. If he wanted you to pet him, he'd come through the electric fence to get to you. And when I say electric fence, I'm not talking about one of these little mamma jammas. I'm talking about one that'll throw a blue arc about 3 inches. Cheese curls. Hold on just a second.
Your phone's ringing.
Um, yeah, it was from the town that my son and his wife live in. So always, you never know what's going to happen. And so and it was a crank call. I mean, not a crank call. It was a spam call. Do I? Oh, Google. Do y'all get Google business calls?
Not that I know of.
What kind of calls?
Google business calls?
Yeah, your ad on Google Business is getting ready to expire. I don't
No,
have
we
a
don't get those calls.
Do they leave like your answer machine?
no. When
Oh,
you
so
pick
you
up,
actually pick up the phone and answer it?
yeah.
Oh wow. No. If I don't know that number, I'm gonna monitor that call.
Well, if it says like spam or it's from New Jersey. I don't know anybody in New Jersey personally that has my phone number. For
Yeah.
anybody gets Etsy in there at me.
No, I'm black paper. I suspect all phone calls. Yeah, because I'm going to get somebody who wants to sell me septic treatment, or they want to interview or give me a answer polling questions or whatever, answer some poll or something. No.
Oh, the political polls are started. I had got one last night.
Oh,
So,
did you?
but being that my wife works for who she works for, all I have to do is say, "I'm sorry, my wife works." They'll say, does anyone in your family, do you or anyone in your family work for a media company or a newspaper or anything?" I'm like, "Yep." Okay, thank you for your time. But
Oh, there you go.
anything that it's questionable, spam, any of that kind of stuff, they get the big red button. And you better say hello. If you call me, you better say hello within like the count of 3, or you're going to get hung up on. Yeah, that's what it is. Just say no. Just hang up. Um, God,
Go piss off now. Go lay down.
is that Jim's baby, Tara?
Yeah.
one of them.
Oh yeah, and there's so across the street there's these German shepherds. And the German shepherd we have, that's her sister and her mom. And they spayed her mom, but they didn't spay the sister who's had puppies. And now there's two puppies, so there's these four crazy German shepherds, and they're always like barking at each other and having like this
And
territorial dispute. And the German shepherds across the street have beat up my German shepherd, the black stray dog we got, and my pug at all different times have been beat up by these mom and
and
but
the
they
father of the puppies is like a wolf hybrid.
yeah, we call him Wolfie. I don't know what his name is. He wandered in when the dog was in
He's about
heat.
4 foot tall at the shoulders.
Yeah. So anyway, they're very cute. Their puppies are getting bigger. I'm like, oh, this is great. And they don't like the dogs like live feral across the street. Okay, so
They're
they're
living in
just
an old hay barn.
yeah, they're
like
not even.
rats.
I know they don't like. They're not like kept up like a regular dog would be. I guess they just kind of wander loose, and our dogs are having this war with them. So right now the dogs are in the living room in the window barking at the dogs who must be out in the hayfield across the street. And this is all day and all night. This is like our life right now.
Do you have a relationship with the owners?
Not really. I don't know. I don't want to be a bitch because yeah. Those dogs have killed all my geese, which kind of pissed me off. And chewed up my dogs a few times, and
Damn, Tara.
I don't want to go have a talk with them, and I don't want to have to call the cops. So I guess like I hope that someday the dogs, like the older ones that are mean, don't end up on my property and just disappear. I guess.
It's you need to send Jim. If you don't want to go talk to him, send Jim.
Yeah, Jim will go over there and talk to him.
Jeez.
I mean, last year they saw me carrying my dead geese out of their field, so Tara give me the address, I'll handle it. The neighbor next door to me, I think the mother was trying to kill his cat. He's like, I'm going to take care of that dog. So, I mean, they're probably going to end up with getting their comeuppance, unfortunately, but they're pretty good about not. See, but the problem is my dogs will go on the road, Daisy will, barking and
every time they went over across their property. So what do you do with that?
So it's kind of my dogs being an asshole.
Trespass, you get 8.
Oh man, one of the puppies is so cute. He's got these big. It's a girl. It's got these big, like pointy bat airplane ears. It's a shepherd cross. I was on the road. We had to get hay, and I'm petting it, and it's real friendly. It's like, hey, I like you. The other 3 are suspicious, but I could actually take that puppy. It was pretty cute.
Well, take her. Get hers fixed.
Yeah, take her. Okay, yeah, I just decided to take your dog, mister.
How much did you take her? Because their dogs killed your geese.
Anyway. The one dog did come from them. They had a bunch of puppies. They're not very good at taking care of their dogs. Let's put it that way.
My grandmother.
I mean, they're fed and everything, but they're kind of living on the lam. Anyway, there's like this old log barn that's right across from our driveway, and they got some round bales under the lean-to, and that's what the dogs are. They just lay up on those round bales.
Well, it's the only house that's older than our house on the road.
My grandmother, my dad's
lived down the street. He moved away, but he said that house, that's an old residence that they converted into put a lean-to on it. It was they converted into a hay barn and a kind of machine storage or whatever. Right. And he says, yeah, that's the only house on the road that's older than ours.
Wow.
And because that one's post beam.
My grandmother lived on a farm, which was my dad's farm. He inherited from his father, and she had a few pigs, and the dogs, this neighbor's dogs came down and killed one of her pigs, and she went and had a talk with them, and she said, if they come back in my yard again, you will be coming to get them. And he said, what are you going to do, Ida? Shoot my dogs? She said, if they come back in my yard, You're going to have to come get them. And one night they came in there and she heard the pig squealing and she walked outside with her shotgun and she was going to scare the dogs off and she dropped 2 of them before.
Oh boy.
So she called this guy at like 3 o'clock in the morning and said, "You need to come up here and get your dogs. Bring your wheelbarrow." And it wasn't too long, which these people were having problems with the rest of their neighbors because everybody had lived out there for 50 years or longer. I said my grandparents' house was built in 1906, so quite a while, and this would have been in the 70s, so longer than 50 years. But anyway, so they didn't last. They moved not too long after that.
Well, these people have been here a pretty long time, so.
What they did have their last dog's poison.
Yeah, before we moved here, this crazy guy that used to live here. He's like, "Oh yeah, well, they had their dogs poisoned. They always blame me for it," which I wouldn't poison a dog. That's.
Nah,
But I know, like those 2 dogs, like a year and a half ago, they killed my geese a year ago, and they killed like one of the neighbors had a bunch of chickens. They went up there and killed all their chickens.
I'd be concerned they would jump on one like a small child.
What?
I said I'd be afraid that they'd jump on a small child.
Well, I don't have a small child.
Well,
but...
you don't have to tell people that. You can just say, you know,
they're gonna jump on a small child.
Yeah,
right?
these dogs are violent.
Yeah, I got a pistol. We have inventory in a building down by the bridge, which is probably about 800 feet from our house.
Yeah.
So I go down the road down to that building, and I have a pistol strapped to my hip. So I mean, I don't know that they'll ever. They just bark on their side of the road, but if they come over.
Well, no, didn't you? You shot the pistol off when they were chewing Sadie
That's why I had
off.
the 22. But when I go down there, I actually have the 357.
Yeah, they had Sadie underneath our truck biting the crap out of her. She was limping. Sassy. Why am I calling? Oh, Mr. Sadie. Sassy. They bit her up really good. She was limping for like a week and a half. It was when I left for Illinois. And she was still lame for a while when I got back. Jim had to shoot a round in the sky just to get him off of our dog.
It sounds like you really need to have a long talk with your neighbors. But
yeah, poor Sassy. She thought they wanted to play with her, and then she found out they really wanted to eat her and kill her.
They did want to play with her, but like in different places.
Yeah, they wanted to play with her dead body.
I want to play with my piece of Sassy over here, and I'm going to play with that piece of Sassy over here.
Yeah, y'all need to do something. Y'all need to do something about that when somebody gets hurt. But you know what? You mentioned the bridge, and when you mentioned the bridge, what comes to my mind? That video where y'all were making the ramp. You know, y'all were trying to cross the wet spot up in Wisconsin.
This was a fancy concrete bridge.
Back before you pulled all that off on your videos down, I showed my brother that one, and he was like, "What are these people complaining about in the discussions down there?" He says, "There's nothing wrong with what they did."
Well, I mean, most of the complaints were people that do like landscaping videos and stuff like that, like complaining.
No, they're actual contractors.
Yeah,
they're like, "Oh, you can
but they do videos.
You need a cement culvert. You know, this is a dirt path we take to go take trash."
Yeah.
And I said that this is not for like a permanent solution or whatever, but if you've got a muddy road or mud spot you want to get through, this will temporarily fix it or whatever. They got like these, then they want to pave it and gravel. You need a road bed of this much gravel. I'm like, are you guys on dope? Anyway.
Well, everything's got to be done fancy, But anyway, my brother's like.
It was my most watched video of all time, though. That and the oil drain plug. If your oil drain plug's rusted in, that was my second highest watch.
Mr. Sadie said, "Go to the Mesa and get a proper opponent for them." I mean, that's what I need. So got a crazy pit bull or something.
Well, Daisy would be. I mean, Daisy's
she's related to him.
She's pit bull, German Shepherd, and Hound. I mean, yeah, she should be more than a match for them, but she's such a sissy because we beat her, because we actually interact with our pets. We treat her like a person. She doesn't like go around like. I heard him eat a deer, a baby deer. I mean, it was like.
Yeah, they brought it off of our property. They got up on our woods. It must have been a doe had a fawn up there, and they got that fawn. Jim heard it scream till they finally killed it. Then he saw him come down out of our property, go across the concrete bridge with the dead fawn in its
Yeah, I
mouth.
listened for like 15 minutes while I figured out how to kill that poor fawn because I can't see them, so I don't know where the hell they're at. So there's nothing I can do for the damn deer. But
You need to
God
y'all
dang,
need to do something about that. That's just my
You'll
opinion.
need to do something.
I
Well,
agree.
You need to talk to the sheriff's department or somebody and have them have a discussion with them, because I'm telling you, somebody can get hurt. And
Well,
then
well, the older ones, not the
is it,
puppies, but I mean, sometimes you got to say anything.
Yeah, but we need a backhoe to take care of something. Oh wait,
Oh,
when it absolutely, positively has to be buried overnight.
see, I was going to say something like, Jim, you do have a backhoe, but I wasn't going to do that. But you don't want anything to happen, and because you'd have to move back to
Sassy.
that
Sassy, I
5-acre
put a
tract
backhoe,
you have
I
in
just gonna
Wisconsin.
lie.
You just still have the little piece of land up in Wisconsin, don't you?
Hey, I got like 9 acres up there.
And 10 acres worth of stuff.
No, I mean, Jim got a lot of that stuff out of there. I mean, we didn't get up there really much this summer with the fuel prices and stuff going on, but
It's mostly tractors and cars.
yeah, I mean, now, I mean, there isn't a lot left. I mean, I think I got him talked into selling that RV up there. He's going to give it to his son, but if his son doesn't figure out how to get it, I think I actually have him talked into selling it. So I won that battle.
You just need to hire somebody with a car carrier to go up there and load up all your vehicles and just pull them on down
Well,
here.
that gets kind of expensive.
Well, we got a car carrier. We got a car hauler.
Yeah.
I got an F550 with a car trailer and a winch.
Do you the vehicles that's up there, do they have much value, or are they more emotional attachment for Jim?
No,
I
I
don't
mean,
know, emotional. No, we got like a 1965 International Scout.
Okay.
We got 2 8N tractors. We got a 98 Volkswagen Beetle and 3 Jeep CJs.
Oh. Oh?
And
Many a good memories about with a
04,
CJ5.
my 04 Chevy.
an 04 Chevy 2500 pickup truck. I think that's about it. There's a van, but I'm taking that to the junk.
The what was it you said? It was 65 International Harvester?
Scout.
International Scout. It's like the one Burt Reynolds drives in Deliverance.
Right. Well, you need to have that. You need to go ahead and start fixing that sucker up for Brandon to drive to school.
No, we could use it like a 4-wheeler. We used it up
like
there.
A Gator.
Yeah, we used it like a Gator. We'd haul stuff with it and do stuff like that. But when you drive it very fast, I mean, it's not very comfortable.
I didn't realize the steering box was shot because I never took it off the property. All I ever used it for was plowing snow and driving around the property with it.
Yeah.
I got it out on the road. I was trying to haul a hay trailer about 25 miles an hour. That steering box is gone. I mean, those front 2 wheels, they were all over the place. It was like driving a freaking clown car. I was like, holy crap. Yeah, you can't drive that thing more than 15 miles an hour.
What are you going to do with the CJs?
Well, I got a frame. One's got a busted frame, and the other one doesn't really need nothing. We're just gonna drive around. It's got a V8 Chrysler engine in it. I think it's a 360.
It's a Levi Jeep.
Oh, it's one of the fancy girl Jeeps.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's painted brown camo.
Well, it don't look like a fancy girl Jeep now. Yeah, they spray painted camo and.
All my buddies in high school, I had a CJ5, and it was one that had 2 front seats in it. That was it. And then
the CJ5 has a real tiny back seat if it's got one.
Yeah, another friend had one just like mine, only mine was green, his was blue. And then a couple of guys had like old beater pickup trucks, old Blazers, that kind of thing. And then one of our friends, his daddy, his senior year, his daddy bought him a Jeep with the Levi package on it, which was pretty. It had carpet and pinstripes and the fancy roof and uh, the back seat. It was just really nice Jeep, and we gave him hell about his girl Jeep.
Oh
Oh
man.
boy.
And one of our friends that had also had a Jeep CJ5, it was a her, and she gave him hell about his girl Jeep. Because my dad had the business that he was in. I knew all the places, like when they were doing new construction on subdivisions. I knew places to go riding and four wheeling, and you know, I gave complete instructions on do not run over these wood stakes because that costs money to have them put back in. But we'd go riding up and down these muddy roads or these roads where they had just cleared, cut the timber off of them, cleared them out for the road equipment to get in there.
Hmm.
And we stuck those things so many times, and we just get out of chain and start pulling each other out.
Oh my god.
Good time. Not being malicious, not vandalizing, just having a good old time.
Just good straight hillbilly fun.
Just hillbilly fun. Yes, ma'am.
We'd have guys there's a lot of logging up in Eagle River area in Conover, and you'd have these log. You know where they were logging, so at night you knew nobody was going to be there. So you'd pull in there, and we weren't driving around in the mud. We were mostly just parking. Well, anyway, it's funny when you'd go in there all through the night. You'd see like headlights popping on, driving out, and then another car come in, headlights turn off.
Oh boy.
It was like the drive-in, but there's no movie.
I'm assuming it's still in place. There is a fiber optic line that runs from Maine to Miami along the East Coast. If you want to go bankrupt real fast, like damage that fiber optic line. Anyway, it's AT&T owns it. Anyway, some buddies of mine. A buddy of mine had his family had some farmland, and we used to go riding down there. And one of our guys was leading off, and he had a Blazer, and he was going down this. It was a dirt road. We'd been down this dirt road a million times, and we were all lined up coming along behind him, going back to where we rode at, and he drove into a mud hole. We don't know where that mud hole came from. His grandfather that owned the land didn't know where that mud hole came from, but the front end of that Blazer went out of sight.
Hmm.
And we pulled and we tried getting him out of that hole, and we couldn't get him out. It just so happened that fiber optic line runs through the edge of this property, and the guy that rides down through there and maintains it and whatnot, he said, "You boys having some problems?" And we're like, "Yeah, we got him stuck. I guess we're going to have to go out and get a tractor and pull him out." He said, "Y'all just move out the way. I'll get him out." And it was a big old truck. It was all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or actually I think it was six-wheel drive. And he hooked a chain to that thing, to that Blazer, and when he took his foot off the clutch in reverse, that chain might as well just been laying on the ground because it just snatched that Blazer out of there so fast and so
Huh.
easy. He didn't even rev the engine up. He just took his foot off the clutch. But
Well, that's what happens when you drive real trucks and not those little half-ton trucks.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be revving up your motor because then you're going to spin your tires. Because as soon as you spin your tires, you clog up your tread with mud.
we were not driving half-ton trucks. We were driving Jeeps and Blazers and stuff like that, which are lighter than.
Oh.
Jim flipped a Jeep.
I came close to flipping mine one time, and it scared the
I
hell
flipped
out
a
of
Jeep
me.
and a Ram Charger.
Oh yeah. The Jeep that got out, didn't y'all just put it upright again?
Yeah,
just
we
lift
lifted
it?
it up and put it back up on its feet.
One of my buddies, he didn't drive it on the road, but his family had a Jeep from WW2. The top speed was 35 miles an hour, and it sounded like it was getting ready to explode if you pushed it beyond 35. But it had the original engine in it, the original transmission. Of course, it had new tires on it. It only had the front seats. But that was a dadgum workhorse. His dad used it on their farm.
Well, if you try to drive that Jeep 55 miles an hour, a buddy of mine who was on the fire department, he got a job working at the county shop, and they told him they got this. They had this old Jeep, and they had him go drive somewhere, but he had a patch of it was on the highway where it's 55. So he said, I only took it up to 55 because I thought it was running kind of loud. Well, he didn't make it real far going 55. He blew the motor. Because they're like, well, why did you drive it that fast? He goes, well, nobody told me not to. So
It's we had some good times, and we didn't do anything. Going back to the boys are stupid, girls are crazy motto. We didn't do anything too stupid because all our dads would have beat our ass if we had tore these vehicles up, or if my dad had to, or one of our dads had to come to where we were at to pull us home or something of that, we would have got our ass beat. And we were 16, 17, and 18 years old. I mean, that's the way it was. But we had a bunch of good times with it. Now kids don't. There's no place for them to do stuff like that, and they just got to get into malicious trouble when they're doing stuff nowadays. God, I sound like an old man, don't I?
You are kind of sounding like
These
an
young,
old man.
these young,
Looking out your window, shaking your fist. All those young people are having too much. They're making
get
too
off
much
of my,
noise out there.
get off my lawn
Yeah,
with your fancy
they're making all that
hoverboards and
noise
stuff
out
like that.
there. Somebody should do something. Call the cops.
Back in the
Talk to the
day,
parents.
we didn't have these electric scooters. We had to push ourselves along with our other foot. Okay, I got to get out of here.
All right, we gotta get going. Get to work.
I wasn't. Roberta's in the house today, so she's got calls and stuff, and I only planned on being here an hour.
All right.
All right, y'all have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. Please, Todd, hurry up and get back.
Oh boy, you got another week.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Off-roading in New Jersey is going down a. The bottom. Do you see that, Tara?
Yeah. That's it.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great day.
All right, bye.
Bye.